My hands, I've put my apron on, and now the fats are already measured out. So I've got a pound of flour and half of that in fats. That's 8 ounces in fats, and the fats are 4 of butter, 2 of margarine and 2 of lard. Okay? So I've left them at room temperature because it's easier for the next process. So I now take the fats into small pieces and drop them into the flour. Now I've cut up all the fats into a smaller position, and so now I'm going to mix them round in the flour. I pop them on top of the flour, and then I'm going to rub the fat into the flour with my hands, remembering that is the oven on. You want the oven on as hot as it can go. So that's there. So now I'm going to sit down comfortably. I'm going to, with my hands, rub the flour into the fat. Now I do it just by going underneath it and catching the fats and rub them through. So now I've got it all into a nice crumbly mixture, even mixture. So I want to make this into a dough, and I do that just by adding a little water. Go easy with the water, you can't take it out, but you can always put more in. Right, so I just put a little in here, like that, and stir it around. That wasn't nearly enough, but I didn't want to overdo it. Coming out nicely. Now it's all sort of doughy. I try and get it into a nice big ball. So I'm trying to get my fingers free of it now for the next stage. Okay, so we're going to roll out and put some on the bottom of the... So I put flour on the rolling pin, plenty on the thing, cut off a nice lump of dough, ready to make the base of the pie. Massage it round to a nice sort of circle. Then put it on the flour and roll it out. So roll it this way first, turn it over and roll it the other way, making sure that the middle is thinnest first. So a diagonal one, roll, press quite hard, you'd be surprised by them. Normally. I might look a bit cat-handed, but my sight is terribly poor. That's why it's not perfect. I can't see. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm having trouble, because you can see how to get rid of it. Okay, so now then this goes into the oven that's already heated.
So I'm going to put the apple on the base because that's easier way to do it than my mum doing it. So I've put half of the apple onto the surface of the base. They're Bramley apples, stewed with a little bit of water and cloves.
1 clove and sugar.
For
Taste.
Whatever it takes, 5 minutes or so, maybe a bit longer.
So I'm now going to put the top on, which has been patiently waiting for me. I press the sides quite hard so that it fits nicely, and then the surplus round the edge I'll help come off away with a knife, and that will go back for being used again. So because it's an apple pie, I cut it at an angle like this. If I was making a sausage pie, I'd do cuts that way. So when they're in the fridge, I can identify which is which. A few little holes to let the steam out. But then I gently paint the whole top with a little bit of milk, which will slightly brown in the cooking and make it look nice. And then this milk will also hold in place the sugar.